Yeah. Hi, Hardik. Thank you for the response, Raghavendra. And first, let me explain what is Oracle. Oracle is RDBMS. Oracle is a RDBMS or database. RDBMS is useful, screen not visible. So, screen reshared. Able to see the screen? Yeah. So, what is Oracle? Oracle is RDBMS. It is useful to store data, to access data, and manage data. It is useful to store data, access data, and manage the data. And generally nowadays, RDBMS is useful to automate business activities, to buy any product, to make any transaction with bank. In any transaction, booking a ticket, canceling product, withdraw money, deposit money, all these things are known as business activities. To automate business activities, we are writing or we are using database software. So the first basic purpose. Now able to hear me? Little bit loud. I hope you are able to hear me now. Yeah. So generally, the database is useful to store data, access data, and manage the data. Where is the data? All are RDBMSs. Wait, Rahul. Let us see. So generally, any database is useful to store data, access data, and manage the data. Like RDBMS, we have we have so many databases from so many companies. From so many companies. So here see Oracle from Oracle company, SQL Server from Microsoft company, DB2 from IBM, PostgreSQL. This is from Postgres company. MySQL, MongoDB, NoSQL, all are databases. All are databases. Simple. If you are confusing, just compare. Suppose you are using a smartphone. Suppose you are using iPhone. Your friend is using Samsung, Apple company, from Apple company smartphone, from Samsung company smartphone, from other person, from LG smartphone, from OnePlus smartphone. So all these things are smartphones, but the difference is look and feel and performance. Look and feel and performance. Different people interested in different mobiles, different company mobiles. Similarly, according to my business requirement, I can use any database. But all databases target is the same: store data, access data, manage data. This is the common thing for any database. Let us see, before database, before computerization, what is the process? What is the process to maintain the data? Before computers were invented, we are storing information in the form of books. After computers were invented, we are storing information in the form of notepad files and Excel sheets. Those are called as the flat file data. We are maintaining information in the form of flat file. Okay, but here Even suppose in the notepad file, we have millions of lines of data is there. If there exist millions of lines of data, finally, we are unable to manage it properly in the notepad or Excel sheet also. So after flat file technology, we have one software that is called as DBase. The software name is DBase. Through DBase, we can store a stream of data. But DBase software, it is called as database. It is also known as database. DBase is not supporting online data processing, and DBase is not supporting large scale business data, and DBase also maintaining many number of duplicates. To understand the information properly, we should maintain so many duplicates. These are the disadvantages of DBase. After DBase, we have a relational model for the database management. We have a relational model. The relational model was defined by E.F. Codd. Who is this? He is a scientist or a research scholar in the database. He defined one relational model for managing the data. Whatever the problems in the flat file model and in the DBase model, everything is eliminated under relational model. That relational model is nothing but RDBMS. So now I hope you understand how the data is managed through different methods. Without the computers, there is a flat file, sorry, books. After computerization, flat files. After flat files, DBase, database. After database, relational model. Now we are using RDBMS. All databases are known as RDBMS only nowadays. That is from any company. But the final target of RDBMS is store data, access data, and manage data. Okay, fine. Where is the data? From where we are getting data? From where we are getting data? So you are getting data from any business. You are getting data from any business. How the data generating from business? So the data generating from business in this way. First, think about the business. Business is a collection of entities. These are called as entities. If you think about a bank, in the bank, we have employees, departments, products, customers, transactions. These are known as entities in the banking business. Not only banking, railways, airways, movies, entertainment is also one domain. It's one business domain in the world. Book My Show. Through Book My Show, you are booking tickets. So how your ticket information will be saved in the backend database server? So if you consider any business, you have set of entities or objects. That entities and objects information saved under database server. All objects and entities information saved under database server. So now your data is safe here. How it is benefit or how it maintaining all the data at one place, how it is beneficial to the business. The business people securely maintain data at one place. At any time, they can search data, access data, manage data. Okay, how the business data is beneficial to the end user? End user means a customer. Suppose you are a customer for any one online business. You want to search some information. You want to search some information like I want to search for mobile data. For example, let me go to Amazon web page, amazon.in. Here we have so many products, but I want to search for one mobile, OnePlus, something like 8 Pro. So if I select any one mobile, see here it is displaying some mobile information. If you select this, you will get information about the mobile. You are getting information about mobile. Okay, so from where we are getting this information? From where we are getting this information? The information you are getting from backend database server. See, I am explaining the same point here in this diagram. In the Amazon web page, as a customer, I am searching for some mobile model. This is called as customer request. The request passed to web server. From the web server, the request passed to database server. Person, the customer asking for specific mobile model. That request finally passed to database server. In the database server, listen carefully, in the database server, so many products information available under this database server. So many products, millions of products are there. From that, so many millions of data, who will search my data? I am asking for specific mobile model. Who is searching for my mobile model? There is a database program. There is a database program. The program is searching for your mobile model. So then it will get, based on the search, we are getting results. The result means output. The output is passed to web server. From the web server, the output is printing on web page so that the customer can see the information. So from anywhere, the end user can access data. From anywhere, the end user can make transactions with the business. Why? Because our RDBMS is supporting online data access. That's why you are able to access information remotely. That is the benefit to the end user. Okay, here one question. What is database program? Is it given by Oracle company? See, some programs are predefined, some programs are user defined. According to business activities, we should write programs. How to write? By using SQL and PLSQL, we will write programs according to business activities. And these programs written by developers. These programs written by developers. So you are learning Oracle developer, Oracle database developer course. If you want to become a developer, you should know about SQL and PLSQL. After learning this course, you can try a job as a database developer or SQL developer or PL SQL developer or Oracle developer. All are same. Okay. Now, I hope you understand, guys, what you are learning in our training. So finally, you are learning SQL and PLSQL. Which one means, Rahul? I need a clear answer. Which one means? So now I am explaining about the small definitions. What is RDBMS? RDBMS means that depends on your requirement, Rahul. Some companies, see, some companies are using SQL Server, some companies are using Oracle, some companies are using MongoDB. That depends on their client requirement. So the best one you are asking, what is the specialty of Oracle? Oracle is not only database, but we have in Oracle, we have ERP development is there, data warehouse development is there, and also Oracle is the biggest cloud competitor in the world. They are providing cloud database also. Because of these reasons, Oracle is having large scope in the companies. So let me explain small definitions. What is data? Data means a small piece of information or information related to any one entity, that is called as data. Like one employee information. One employee information is known as data. Next, in our business, group of employees, so many products, so many customers. So the information of all objects in the business, the information of all objects in the business stored at one place, that is called as database. Okay. Finally, we have information under database. Sometimes we should manage the database. Sometimes we need to manage the database. Okay, how to manage the database? See, if we have business is a always live entity. So some new customers are coming, old customers are leaving, interested people are adding, not interested people are leaving. Everything happened in the business. If some new information is coming, that should be added to the database. So adding new data. If there is unnecessary information, delete that. Means deleting data. Each and every person data should be secure. You have bank account. In the same bank, I have bank account. But you are a customer, I am a customer. But I cannot access your data, you cannot access others' data. Means each and every customer account information should be secure. Means providing security. This is called as how to manage the data. Adding new data, deleting unwanted data, changing data, providing security, authenticating users. Authenticating users means if the customer is a valid customer, only he can access his account. If he is not authenticated, he is unable to access. How to provide authentication? By generating user account, user ID and password. Okay, so a database with management services. A database with management services, that is known as DBMS. And finally, RDBMS. What is RDBMS? Relational Database Management System. The relational model defined by E.F. Codd. He is a scientist. He defined 12 rules. If any database following these rules, that is known as RDBMS. Sir, why it is called as relational model? So many people are having a doubt. Sir, why it is known as a relational model? Okay, let me explain. Here I am explaining with 2 points. Understand carefully. Two diagrams are there. Okay, let us see, guys. Here, first of all, I am deleting something here. Let me remove this. And also, let me remove this. If it is a business, business has objects. For example, Amazon. Amazon is maintaining so many products. Amazon is maintaining so many products. So let us assume these are the products. The product compulsory from a company. Without the company name, the product is not there. Without the company name, the product is not valid. Understand? So, okay, I am maintaining product information like this. In this data, what you are missing? Okay, Amazon is saying one mobile is available from Amazon. This mobile is from which company? We don't know. Okay, in Amazon, we have AC. The AC is from which company? We don't know. You are missing data because there is no relation. There is no relation. So compulsory there should be relation. Otherwise, you are unable to get complete information. Only you are getting partial information. If you want to access complete and accurate information, you should maintain relation between the objects. Think once, suppose you have a laptop. Laptop is product. Laptop compulsory related to a company. Compulsory. You can consider any product. Means company and product both are related. Company and product both are related. Compulsory. So technically, how to maintain relation, that you will understand later. See, here I am maintaining relation through company ID. Generally, relation is maintained by using primary key and foreign key. How it is later you will understand. Don't worry right now. So present you have relation. If you have relation, there is an advantage. See, mobile. This is from which company? Mobile is from CMP1. What is CMP1? CMP1 means Samsung. So mobile is from Samsung company. Okay. How many products from LG company? How many products are there from LG company? LG means CMP2. Come to here. You want to find out products from CMP2, first product, second product. So you are maintaining two products from LG. So compulsory, each and every object related with other object. For example, let me take one object in the business, employee. Employee compulsory working under a department. And every department has a set of employees. This is called as related objects. Suppose you are a customer. You are a customer to the business. Assume that you are a customer for the bank. How you are becoming as a customer? Through account. By opening account, you are becoming as a customer to the bank. For example, Amazon. So in the Amazon, we have so many customers. The customer, there is one more object order. One more object order. Okay, fine. And here I am taking product. Customer making an order. Customer making an order for this product. So this is one object related to order. Order raised by any one customer. Customer purchasing a product through this order. So product is related to customer and order. And one more point, guys, don't miss this. One more point. The product is coming from some company. That is also important. The product is coming from a company. So again, I am repeating here, customer making an order for this product from this company. So these four objects are related. That's why this is called as a relational model. In the relational model, data is stored in the form of tables. In the relational model, data is stored in the form of tables. Let me open this diagram. See, okay, yeah, okay. So see the last table. You can easily understand. See that last one. See, this is a table. What is your table name? Student join details. Student join details. So the table is a collection of columns. Column means field. How many columns here? 7 columns are there. And the table is a collection of rows also. The data is nothing but a row. This is the horizontal information is known as record or row. How many rows here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what is a table? Table is a collection of rows and columns. Row is known as record. Column is known as field. Row is known as record. Column is known as field. Just now we have discussed about relation. We have discussed about relation. So these two are related with each other, right? For this, we should create a table. And for this, we should create a table. And we should define relation. With this, we can define relation. How to define? In the coming up classes, you will understand. Don't worry right now. Okay. Similarly, here, this is the table. This is the table. This is the table. This is the table. All these tables related with this table compulsory. Otherwise, you will miss data. Okay. So what is a table, guys? Table is a collection of rows and columns. Row is known as record, column is known as field. This is known as relational model. For every object, you are creating a table. In between tables, you are defining relation according to business requirement. That's why it is known as relational model. Now, in our training, you are learning about SQL and PLSQL. What is SQL? Structured query language. What is PLSQL? Procedural language using SQL. By using SQL, you will understand, or you are learning how to write queries. Query means a statement. You can write queries by using commands. So these are the different categories of commands are available. Along with the commands, we are also learning about classes, keywords, concepts, objects. These are objects. Tables, views, indexes, sequences. Concepts means constraints, joins, subqueries, and also functions. This is about SQL part. In PLSQL, you are learning. See guys, in SQL, you are learning how to write statements. Statements are known as queries. In PLSQL, you are learning how to write programs. The programs are procedures, functions, packages, triggers, cursors, and some conditional statements, exceptions, control structures, loops, case, arrays. This is about PLSQL. Okay. Hope you understand what you are learning in our training. Present. What is the latest version from Oracle database or Oracle company? The latest version of Oracle database is 19C. Oracle 19C. Before 19C, 7 is there. Oracle 7, 8. Both are standalone databases. Standalone database means they are not supporting online data processing. Through internet, we are unable to access data. And one more point, guys. So many students are missing one point here. Sir, already we have data in the notepad file. This is data. Assume that this is a information. So we are able to successfully maintaining data in the notepad. So from the notepad only through online, I can access data from the notepad only through web pages. I can access data. Why we are learning RDBMS? Listen, guys. If you maintain data in flat file, this data you cannot access in online. In online, if you want to access data, that is only possible through RDBMS. In the backend, if there is RDBMS, then only you are able to access it. In online, we are unable to access data from Excel sheet or notepad file. In case if it is possible, we don't need RDBMS. Really? Okay. Come to Oracle. Oracle company started in 1977. At that time, this is the old name of the company, Relational Software Incorporation. In 1977, after 2 years, means 1979, the company name was changed as Oracle Corporation. And first successful database version is Oracle 7 and later Oracle 8. But these two databases not supporting online processing. Later in the next version, online data processing facility available, that is from Oracle 8i. I stands for internet applications, nothing but web pages. Means through web pages we can access data, we can communicate with business. After that, Oracle 9i. So 9i has special tools, additional tools to develop ERP, enterprise resource planning. This is also called as Oracle apps. 9i supporting some tools for Oracle apps. Later, Oracle 10G, it's a grid database. If you maintain a grid database, the communication between one server to another server is easy. And we can easily manage the workload on the database. And from the grid database, the DBA can easily monitor all remaining database servers. That is the benefit of grid database. Communication is easy, monitoring is easy, workload will be balanced easily in 10G. After 10G, we have 11G, Oracle 11G. It is also grid database, but 11G supporting OLTP as well as OLAP also. What is OLTP? Online transaction processing. Online transaction processing means everyday data or supporting everyday business activities. That is OLTP database. Along with OLTP, 11G also supporting data warehouse applications also. That is called as online analytical processing database. Analytical data means warehouse. Transactional data means database. Remember, transactional data means database. Current business period data. Analytical data means old business period data. Today is April 1st. So this is the first business period. Listen carefully. This is the beginning day of first business period for the financial year 21 up to 2022. What is the financial period in India? 1st April to next year March 31st. In that financial period, you have 4 common business periods: Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. You can see the newspapers also. Q1 results raised 7% from Infosys company. So within, today is April 1st. Within 5 days, TCS company is also releasing. TCS company is releasing Q4 result from the financial year 2020-2021. So Q4 completed recently, yesterday only. January 1st to March 31st is the Q4. So old business period data saved under this database. 11G supporting current business period activities and old business period activities. After grid technology, Oracle was introducing cloud database. 12C, later 18C, now 19C. I will explain about the cloud database tomorrow. And your cloud database, you can see the cloud database diagram or architecture released by Oracle company. Released by Oracle company. This is like this. Just I'm showing diagram only. Tomorrow I will explain point to point what is a cloud database. This is grid database. Remember guys, this is grid, this is cloud. I will explain point to point what are the differences between cloud and grid tomorrow. And later, means after this concept, I will start what is SQL. Before writing SQL query, how to install Oracle database. Before installation, how to download Oracle database from Oracle website. Everything I will explain tomorrow. Any questions, guys? This is the end of the demo. Tomorrow, Rahul. This is the end of the demo for today. And our course training duration is 60 days. No training on Sunday. 60 days, 60. Our working days are Monday to Saturday. Same time, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. every day. 1 hour duration every day. And every day we are discussing some documents. That document I will send to your mail. Parallelly, I will give you the video access. Whatever the class we are taking, that class is recording. That video access I will provide to you. Any more questions? 5,000. Hardik. Fee is 5,000. You can directly pay to Durgasoft. And one more point, guys. Please enter your mail IDs. The people who attending first class today, type your mail IDs in the chat window. Type your mail IDs in the chat window. If it is your first class today, type your mail IDs in the chat window, and I will save that mail IDs and I will give you video access. No problem, Rahul. Actually, before yesterday, I have taken one demo, but yesterday, by mistake, I have some technical issue in the system. So yesterday session was cancelled. Unfortunately, it was cancelled. So that's why today I have taken the demo again. So you didn't miss anything. Don't worry. Okay. So I am copying your mail IDs. I will give you the video access to all of you. That's all for today. Thank you, all of you. See you tomorrow.